Hello, hello, and hello. Welcome. My name is April. This is the Frugal Planner channel. Almost got that wrong. And today I am in the November notebook that I had put together earlier this week. So as I'm looking through this, I'm trying to remember, I think it was these ones, which is why I try to write down. There it is, 946, yes. 192, yes. 772, yes. Perfect. So I do have a couple of things I need to add to my monthly. So Wes is going to be in Baja here. I am going to be off here. Maybe I should draw this in first. So I am going to put this here. That is my heater. You can hear it is a nice day, but it is a chilly day. So maybe that's what I should make for dinner. Chili. That sounds amazing. Let me put this in here. So I have a tradition that when Wes is gone for Baja, for Mexico, I get the house decorated for Christmas. I know. It's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving that I'm going to be doing this. I understand. However, I like honestly jumping from October to December. Like November's fine. I love November. I love the fall colors. I love everything about November. But November decorations are meh. Let's be honest. They're just meh. They're not amazing like Christmas. So I have over the years accumulated one large tree, one 8-foot beautiful synthetic tree, artificial tree. And then over the years after Christmas sales, I now have 6 trees that are in between like 4 and 6 feet. So I'm going to be decorating those as well as the large tree while Wes is gone and getting our mantle all put together. And I am so very excited. So I am going to, since this is the very first day, I'm going to pop in here and I'm going to put in my trackers. And I think I'm going to use the well, I wonder if I should use the orange. That way I think it'll look all the same. So let me do the Tombow. Again, number 946. And then the first. So I'm just marking things off that I did on the first. I did not get 8,000 steps. I did do a manicure this morning. Funny story. These are those gel nail overlays that you just lay on your nails and then you cure them under a light. I thought they were fallish, but they're not. They're Christmas, which is fitting for the story I just told you. So I also have my Christmas nails already on. Oh my goodness. Vitamins, yes. No sugar, yes, 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 and yes. So not a bad start to the month, I would say. I'm very happy with that. The only thing I didn't get was 8,000 steps. I'm working my way up to 8,000 steps. Yeah, that's why we're walking on our walking pads. So then I've got the November checklist. I haven't done anything in there with that. So let's go ahead and fill in here. So priorities, meal planning, and then I do need to change sheets. That is a priority. And I need to set up my finance notebook, which I am going to film, so you will get to see that. Chores, I'm going to vacuum. And I'm going to clean out the oven. This is the time of year before everything gets hectic with like holiday foods and cooking and all of that. I like to have a clean oven going into the holiday season because you and I both know it can get really crazy in the kitchen, and the last thing I want to worry about is all of that. I was also going to see, because this pen has been dry for a while. Yes, I just want to do headers to, oh, okay, the heater is kicking on a lot. Let me fix that. We don't need that. It's set to just enough to kick on, but not enough to like get too hot. So then, yeah, so vacuum, clean the oven, scoop my chair back in. Deliveries, I have shampoo and conditioner coming. And there was something I needed to order. Oh, basketball Barbie. Getting those stocking stuffers all put together. It's like the last push before everything is done for the holiday season, which is going to be awesome. We are going to do for dinner tonight, I'm debating between two things. I'm debating between spicy salmon sushi rolls or roasted red potatoes with chicken. I think I'm going to do the roasted red potatoes with chicken. We haven't had those in a long time. And the way I do the red potatoes is I dice them up in like 1 inch, 1.5 inch cubes-ish. And then I will toss them in about 1/4 teaspoon, very little oil. And then I do salt, pepper, oregano. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. I have to go take the lid off of my bread. And I'm back. I forgot I put a loaf of bread in the oven. It does 30 minutes and then I have to take the lid off and it does another 15 minutes. So, all right. So roasted red potatoes. Yeah. So then I put smoked paprika and I think that's probably about it. Mix them up in the bowl and then I throw them in the air fryer 20 minutes at 400 degrees and they are perfect. Perfect, I say, perfect. So morning routine, tea. I read your comments. Treadmill. Minimum 20 minutes. Afternoon. So I made a whole chicken and then I put the bones back into my crock pot with, gosh, 9 cups of water, carrots, onion, celery, bunch of stuff to let it just meld together. Trick if you're going to do that and you're using like a small chicken, a whole chicken, once you get all of the meat off of the chicken, put your bones. So I take a piece of, hey buddy, I take a piece of cheesecloth and I'll put it into a shallow bowl, like the square of it. And then I put all of my bones and skin and anything that I don't want to eat with the chicken in that bowl with the cheesecloth. So it holds it, and then I tie 2 corners of the cheesecloth and then the other 2 corners of the cheesecloth. And then that whole like protected chicken bone skin mess goes into the crock pot. I learned this the hard way because there are some tiny bones in those little chickens, and straining it and doing, what do you need outside? Straining it and doing all those things. I still miss some of the little tiny bones, which is awful if you're making any kind of soup or, you know, anything like that. So I've learned that it's much easier to just wrap it in the cheesecloth and put it in the crock pot that way. So when I get done with that, I'm going to pressure can all of the chicken stock and then discard the bones. But that is my afternoon. That is what I'm going to do this afternoon after the bread gets out. And then this evening, of course, we'll do dinner, clean up the kitchen, and we're going to walk again. And that's going to be 50 minutes. So we are walking, I would say on average, 75 to 80 minutes a day, which I think is really, really good for us. I usually don't get that much walking in during the week because of my job. I am pretty stagnant. So I did go ahead and set up the rest of the month. And then anything that I knew, I put it in here. So let me mark these. So Thursday, yes. So Thursday, and this is going to be decorate. Also, as you can see, I set this up with a navy blue pen, and I'm now writing with black pen. This is not a notebook that I am being fussy about. This isn't aesthetically pleasing. I'm not trying to make it one of those like beautiful page notebooks. This is very functional. It's serving its purpose. So I just want to make that clear. For this month, I challenge you to be intentional in your notebooks and not have so much worry about what it looks like. We've got enough going on for November and December. The last thing we need to worry about is pretty pages. So make this what you need to make it, but also feel free to pull back on things if it's just too much for you. Do you guys want to see a picture? Do you want me to post a picture when I get the house decorated and show you what all of those trees actually look like? And our mantle and our stockings, all of the things. Okay, so added those in. That is perfect. And then we're flipping through here. I need to set up this calendar. I haven't done this yet. So let me grab a larger ruler. I did measure it beforehand just to make it a little bit easier on me to like quickly put it together. Otherwise it would take me a very long time because I would be trying to count it all out and measure it. So I did put some cheat marks on, whoops, that one went down too far. Sorry about that. Cheat marks on the page. Quickly get those done. And then I'm pretty sure I did 5, but let me make sure on our main monthly calendar because they're set up almost identical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So take this, go across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna move this over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? That almost looks like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 5 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5 is clear down there. Well, goodness, I didn't make that one too long. I made the other ones, all of them, too short. We'll just fix that right up. It's not going to look the best, but that is okay. Again, I'm not going for the stress of making it look perfect. Functional. We are functional. So then coming over here, bum, bum. This is the Uniball 1 that I'm using. I believe it is a 0.7. Yes, it is. That was a good guess. It is a very solid pen. It's one of my faves. Okay, and then we are going to do the same thing. It's obviously much faster when I don't have to count. You gotta love that. Okay. I And you're like, April, why are we drawing a second calendar in our notebook? Thank you for asking. I think that's a very valid question. So as you can see, this is roughly the same calendar that we had for the month of November set up in our notebook in the front. What I'm going to do with this is meal ideas. So I'm just going to fill all of these boxes with different things that I want to make. And maybe they won't be like the main course. Maybe they'll be a side. I already started. Here's what I'm going to do. The item, the food, is going to go here. The recipe is going to go back here. So air fryer, roasted carrots, and potatoes. Perfect. It can go anywhere on the bingo list here. So if I write in air fryer, carrots, and potatoes. Now, here's the other thing I thought of. Because I'm going to have so many of these, I'm going to have to number my pages. So this is going to be page number 1. This is page number 2. So then on my, I can't even call it a calendar. It really looks like a bingo box. I'm going to put page 1. And that will tell me if I want to make that. Here is the recipe for that. I want to try some new sides. Maple mustard roasted vegetables. Doesn't that sound really good? I thought it sounded amazing. And then pumpkin oat muffins. I thought those would be good for breakfast. And right now I have some pumpkin puree that I canned from the pumpkins we grew in the garden. So that is what I'm going to use those pages for. And then back here, I'm going to go ahead and number them so that I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As many blocks as I have, I'm going to do pages. And then in the back, I'm going to write like, so if there's not enough room, which both of these have enough room, I could write like, did we love it? Did we like it? Did we never want to eat it again? Type of thing. Or did I modify the recipe at all? I'm so good at that. And then Wes will say, oh, can you make that again? And it's like, probably ? Because I will substitute a Dijon mustard for a honey mustard, or I'll do maple syrup, I'll do agave syrup, whatever I have in the cabinet. So I'm going to have to be good this month and write down those substitutions. Anyway, that is the plan for that. Let me know if this is something that interests you and you may be putting into your November planner or your November notebook planner. I need to make sure I say notebook because it's not like a traditional planner. I would love to hear what you're thinking. I hope you have the most amazing day. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you down in the comments. I love you. Bye.